So we have a weird situation going on. We're walking Roscoe and there's these wild dogs, and of course they're all barking. Go back. Go back. Some hood dogs and all smelling Roscoe. It's a very weird situation.
Come back again.
Get. Go. Go. Shut up. Never know with dogs, but Roscoe was like, Roscoe just wants to play, of course. I don't know what those dogs were trying to do. Barking, sniffing. There's no threats, but it's still a little scary having 4 dogs run up and yeah.
I think Roscoe handled that pretty well. He just wanted to play. One dog, they gotta spoil it for everybody.
Exactly. We went to the dealership to see if we can schedule an appointment so that we can get our codes cleared, which would take about 10 minutes. And the earliest that they can get us in was tomorrow. We're gonna see if we can get in earlier because we know the head mechanic, or Tim knows the head mechanic over there, so we'll see if that. But in the meantime, we're gonna change the oil on the Jeep. So just doing more maintenance and just diddling, just trying stuff and just seeing if it works. But I think clearing the codes or resetting the shift counter might help a lot, because I think that's why it's throwing it. But then the question is why would it throw itself in limp mode and then cause itself to overheat? So there's just a lot of questions. There's just a lot of stuff that's happening. We're just trying to figure it out. It's complicated.
Will the road shower ever get hot? We'll never know.
That's our #1 priority right now. Maybe that's what the key is. Maybe it's saying it's overheating. You must reroute it to the road shower. Jesus, what did you do?
There's a cut in my hand. I keep getting it open. It's from the case. Right here. Just keep reopening it. What about the road shower?
That's the reason why it's overheating, because the road shower knows it's like, in order to heat me up, you need to reroute some lines to here to heat it up. Then it'll be good.
Probably help.
It probably would. We changed the oil, now we're replacing the water pump. Here's pieces of the gasket. So that's all messed up. And then we had one of the bolts break on us, so it was corroded. And that could be causing a leak and issues from there. So we're gonna replace all of that goodness. See this guy right there? That's the one that broke and we can't get it off. We tried vice grips and it didn't work, and now we're getting an extractor. There's the guy, Mountain Man Tools, that actually pulled up. We're trying to see if he has a tool that can fit. We had one, it's this guy right here, but it was too big. We just need a little bit smaller one. So hopefully we can get that out. Trying to get the bolt off and we can't. So trying to figure all this out. Kind of very discouraged. I'm like, just want to continue on. What we did was took this little guy, that little hole in there, and we hammered it on as much as we can, and
came right out. Kind of. It's all corroded here and it's all burnt. So we're thinking that the gasket for the water pump was leaking, came in here and corroded this enough, so it could have been letting air into the system. More Googling says that the water pumps on these are usually fine, but the gaskets go bad. Doesn't look like it's ever been replaced. 170,000 miles. So the guy that was like, oh, my Toyota, 2016 Toyota would have no problem on this trip. Yeah, you're right. Neither would a 2016 Jeep. This is a 2010, 170,000 miles. Just so everybody knows, this is not a new Jeep. We found transmission fluid in the radiator. So now we're replacing the radiator. This is a very exciting vlog.
While we were burping it, we found, Brandon saw red in the coolant, which means transmission fluid, because it's red, is in the coolant, which means radiator is at fault, which means we got to replace the radiator, which means that's what we got to do.
Fingers crossed. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. we have an appointment to get the computer reset and also reset the shift counter, which is causing it to be in limp mode for all the other codes that popped up. No other codes are popping up right now, so once that is fixed, we'll be back on the road. I almost said trail.
Back on the road. We have the new radiator installed, but it's so annoying trying to get to these screws that are in these little nooks and crannies you can just barely get your fingertips into.
Yeah, what he said.
So you got 5, 1 on the side, and then 4 corners. Here's the old one. You can see how dirty it is. All those bugs. Now we just gotta put it back together. So Brandon got this flush and fill kit that fits most cars and trucks. Too bad he doesn't have a car or a truck. He has a Jeep, so it doesn't fit. Because you can see we need our hoses to fit this little T bracket guy, and our hoses are that thick right there. So that's not gonna fit. So we're just gonna do a couple cycles of water in this little flush guy. That should be good. So yesterday, Brandon, we just did the flush and all of that and just filled it with coolant. We haven't drove it yet to see if it overheated, but that's it for today's vlog. And I know I didn't say this in the beginning, but if you're new to this channel, we're in the middle of the Transamerica Trail. That's the reason why there's a series. So if you're confused on what's going on, you have to go back to day 1. You can find day 1. It should just be Transamerica Trail 4x4 day 1 on our page, and you'll be able to see all that info and follow along from there. But if you're a new viewer, please like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and hopefully we get this fixed. See you in the next video.